Welcome to the Ford Fox College Hoops pregame, sponsored by Ford. Go further. From the Dunkin' Donuts Center here in Providence, Rhode Island, the Big East Conference starting to heat up here on FS1 as Providence hosts the mighty Georgetown Hoyas. A look at the standings. 4 undefeated teams led by Creighton at 3-0 with Doug McDermott. And there's Georgetown, also undefeated. Gus Johnson along with the governor, Coach Bill Raftery, and welcome to Providence. And what should we expect to see in this game? You have a Providence team that's lost 3 in a row. Georgetown, they have won their first 2 Big East games. So what do you see as this one gets ready to begin?
Providence has a short bench. I think you'll see a lot of zone. Make sure they tag the guards of Georgetown. Conversely, Georgetown gets excited by pressing. They're stimulating. They're getting many baskets in the open floor.
All right, this is a series that dates back to 1956. 63rd meeting between these two teams, and Georgetown has won 8 in a row. Opening tip right after this. Donuts Center, Dave Gavitt Court. We're ready for Georgetown in blue taking on the hometown Providence Fires. As you take a look at the starting lineup, Starks and Smith Rivera, 2 terrific guards. Now Joshua Smith, their 6'10" center who transferred from UCLA, is not with the team. He's has some academic issues that he's sorting out right now in Washington. Meanwhile, a look at the Friars.
Pretty tough. Bryce Cotton's got to do so many things. Play 40, fill it up, and make some plays. Others got to chime in.
And your officials, James Breeding, Mike Stewart, and Jeff Anderson. Georgetown leading this series 43-19, but only a 14-13 advantage here in Providence. Bats and Ayagba jumping it up. And we're underway from Providence, Rhode Island.
Ooh, Rivera couldn't get that one.
Come on, let's go, let's go. Come on.
We're say control, possession going the other way.
We're waiting, Coach. Georgetown in the what?
Well, he threw me off with the tip. The Warriors go. Gus Johnson.
All right. Now we can play ball. Here's Cotton. Bats. First jump shot, little too strong, and the rebound to the Hoyas.
He's got to make those. That little 17, 15-foot jumper, that's his game. Lubick, terrific passer.
Lubick jump hook on the baseline, off the front rim, all batted around. Ayagba with the rebound and the new shot clock for the Hoyas. Georgetown 10-3, 2-0 in conference play. They've won 3 in a row. 2 conference games against St. John's and DePaul.
Backing off Lubick, defers, doesn't really look for his shot.
Charlie turns it over, outlet pass, Cotton ahead of the field. Cotton drives to the bucket, right hand finger roll. Goaltending is the call. Ayagba got back, got a hand on it.
This kid's a gamer though, Cotton. I mean, he's got to do so many things for this club. Great feel, little reminiscent of speed of Allen Iverson.
JT3, John Thompson III, 47 years old, 2013 Big East Coach of the Year, and in 9 previous seasons at Georgetown, 7 NCAA tournament bids.
A little pressure, back to man. A lot of back cuts. And he concede some jump shots to people, not the 2 guards, Starks and Rivera.
Talking to John Thompson, he told us that he's starting to really like his team. They're taking the defensive side of the game a lot more seriously.
Well, they had a good day against St. John's. No question they're improving.
Ed Cooley, 44 years old, had a fire at his house last night. They had just renovated that portion. So now the priests here at Providence are going to have to give him some more money.
Yeah, he feels blessed. Everybody's fine. He said that's the way things have been going. God bless him. Look at Reimer. Cotton's got to watch himself early.
With Starks, go-to man for this team. Hesitation on the baseline, pull-up jump shot, 12 feet away off the front rim. Now Cotton in the open court. Fortune, who's a catch-and-shoot guy.
Yeah, that's him. He's got to get those puppies organized quickly. He could loosen them up with a bounce or 2 would help his game.
Only averaging 6 points a game, Josh Fortune, sophomore from Hampton, Virginia. Where's number 4? They want him to really look for his offense. Now inside, that one up off the heel of the rim. for Tyler Harris.
Yeah, Harris with a good cut, little back screen by Cotton. Got him there. Got to finish it.
Lubick, nice backdoor cut, extra pass. Iagba had it blocked by Bats, picked up, and here come the Friars. Hinton, Harris, power dribble inside, strip.
Lubick with the good hand. Should have given it up to Cotton on the wing much earlier.
This feels like a summer league game at the Jabo Kenner League in D.C. They're going up and down.
Did you watch there or play there?
I used to watch there. Got to be a real good player to play there. Smith Rivera, he could play there.
Had a great day the other day. Knocked down a lot of deep ones and mixed his game up.
Smith Rivera coming off a 31-point outing. 9 of 12 from the field, 6 of 7 from the three-point line. Against St. John's now inside. That one rims off a Fortune.
That's a nice little move by him, though. A little mix in his game.
I like these officials already, Coach.
And they keep the whistle quiet, huh? Let him play. That's Johnson salvo.
Smith Rivera, Lubick facing 15 feet away.
Little America's play, screen to screener for
Trout. Lost it again, out of bounds.
Little slot. It does look like a summer league now, right? Not finishing plays.
Friars up. Georgetown looking for their first basket of the game. So for Providence, 10-5 overall, 0-2 in conference play. They're coming off a 91-61 drubbing at the hands of Jay Wright's Villanova Wildcats. Javon Pinkston, we saw him against Butler the other night.
Tough kid inside.
He could have played with you.
Well, he's got to give it out a little bit. Once they get set. I guess you notice the Georgetown pressure. I think that's a nice element to their game. Get some turnovers, get the blood flowing, gets them into the game.
Pinkston had that infection in his leg earlier this year. They were worried about it. Fortune, deep jump shot. Have to have it. We'd like to have that one back, a little strong. Smith Rivera.
Big thing in police when you go any easy ones. Balance the floor. Still straight up man. Holding on to that zone.
Hopkins hands it off to Smith Rivera. He gets chased. Ball knocked away. Picked up Fortune. He's got Cotton on the wing. Fortune bounce pass. Cotton to the hole, off the glass, and
Dante Hinton with that strip in the back line. Terrific defensive maneuver.
Friars come out like they want to play.
Yeah, they've been through some hardships, this team. Find out a lot about your guys. They struggled, as you noted, against Villanova.
Snatch down. Love this kid. LaDante Hinton from Lansing, Michigan.
Yeah, your little hometown influence.
Bats, power dribble, drop step, jump hook, pure.
Well, they do look solid. JT3's guys a little bit cold, like the elements outside.
Georgetown 0 for 5 to start this game. They'll run the weave up top, Lubick.
Well, this time is sloughing off on some people, not the guard. Nice entry.
And finally, the Hoyas get on the board as Lubick scores the first basket of the game for Georgetown.
If you can't pass, you can't play for Georgetown. Hopkins with a nice little delivery. Now, that's not Egba's strength, but it is Hopkins.
So here's Cotton. He plays virtually the entire game because of the short bench for Providence. They've been plagued with injuries and transfers. Foul outside. But the Friars getting it going early.
This kid gets it going for this club. He's a great finisher at the rim, but the Belfry to Betts. A little jump hook, send it in.
(6-2) Providence on top of Georgetown here in the first half. Time for our Lexus playbook.
And I know you're all about defense, Gustavo. LaDante, very alert. Terrific as they double the high five. Hinton saves the deuce by being in the right spot. Ignites a fast break, and Cotton gets a little nylon to finish it off. Oh, set up by terrific D.
So this Providence team, good defensive effort to start this game, especially when you consider that Villanova shot 60% versus Providence in their last game. And the Friars, you know, you lose in overtime to UMass, then you lose in double overtime to Seton Hall. You had some travel issues when you went to Villanova, so their team was just really out of sync, and it showed as they lost by 30.
Well, yesterday at practices, you know, he was so positive with his kids, Ed Cooley. Just emotionally, little zone now, puts a little stress on the deep shot. Possibility of Bats getting some inside rebounding.
Bats, 14-footer.
Oh, gotta make that.
They really want to get him going.
Yeah, I mean, he's really, has a nice touch. He usually converts from that distance.
Bats last year at this time was averaging about 16 a game. His numbers are down. He's at 12. And Cotton fouled behind the three-point line.
Trowick really, again, responding to the coaches, saying, hey, get out on him. Don't let him get those feet organized, able to drill it. Number 2, and that changes the way they play, too.
So Jabril Trowick will have to go out of the game. Bryce Cotton at the line, 89% free throw shooter. What's the book? Bryce Cotton.
He's got an all-around game. You should help me with these things. I'm running out of ammo. Plays a lot of minutes, 44 average with those overtimes, and he's really got to carry a big load, which wears on him.
Bryce Cotton averaging 20 a game. He also leads the Big East in assists with close to 6 per game.
You don't announce 44 minutes.
That right? Costs extra. So Cotton 1 of 3 at the free throw line. Providence with a 7-2 lead over Georgetown. The series dates back to 1956.
Nice little fade screen there. Starks averages 38 minutes, guys. He's nice little back cut.
Lubin. And Harris the other way, the NC State transfer. He's got Fortune on the wing.
He's got some talent. Nice entry.
Straight ahead hit. Rims off.
Nice hustle by Harris.
Hitting out of the basket. That'll go down.
Yeah, all because of activity. Harris sticking those claws in there. Strip it.
Dante Hinton, he has 1 career double-double. And it was against Georgetown last year. He had a double-double this season against Boston College.
Offensive foul. Rivera on this one. Yeah, just a little chuck, but good hustle, scraping. All of a sudden, it ends up in the correct hand, and everybody talks about this kid when they play them because he does so many good things. He's their Lubick, so to speak.
And Harris turns it over. And that's a problem they've had with Tyler Harris lately. He's turned the ball over 11 times in the past 2 games.
It's unbelievable. Ed was on him the other day about that. The value of the basketball. Kids get a little loose with it. Be tough in traffic.
His brother Tobias Harris, big star at the University of Tennessee. Token pressure now by Georgetown. Hinton, get it over the line. Guarded by Aaron Bowen, excuse me. Now Bats working. Covers 4 to shoot. Hinton dumps it down. They don't know what's on the clock. And finally, DeRozier's sinks it as the shot clock expires.
And how about Hinton with the delivery, too? Very alert play. And the big fella converts.
Carson DeRozier's transferred from Wake Forest. He's a legitimate 7-footer. Inside. Beautifully done by Michael Hopkins. That's
just over.
Hinton showing his versatility. Harris explodes to the basket, and offensive foul is a call.
Lubick just reading that beautifully, getting in the right spot, but late in the shot clock, passing up the jumper at the top, and the big fella, looming large, with a little Scroogey kind of delivery. Open up the line with that one. How about this? They don't react, Gus, to the pressure, the rotation. The big fella finishes it off. Hopkins.
Folks, you're going to love it when we show it to you. 11-4, Providence with the lead. They had a pretty big, good playing fella here at Providence from 1961 to 64. That's right, John Thompson Jr.
How about that, huh? And that was Vinny Ertz making the pass. They had a terrific team. I saw John at High. Little jump hook. Celtics draft pick. The big fella. Much more mobile in those days. And how about these great names and great people and the impact he has had in this town, and of course his son now trying to recapture some of that great glory of his dad. Doing a pretty darn good job at the helm.
Hard to believe. John Thompson III and I were talking before the game. He's been there 10 years. It was like yesterday. He was an assistant coach for Pete Carrill in '96 when they beat UCLA in Indianapolis on a backdoor cut.
Backdoor cut. Unbelievable. John, I saw him playing a Newport High School tournament, the Esket tournament. I knew he was going to be a big timer.
Hopkins with the jump hook inside. Way off the mark. Here comes Bryce Cotton. Midtown traffic. Cotton wide open three. Dangerous.
Yeah, you're right. Early offense. Perfect on the kickback.
Cotton on the season, a 34% three-point shooter. He came into this game 31 of 92. And now Providence gets back into his zone.
Yeah, as promised, right? Ed Cooley figured they can rest a little bit and play off non-shooters. Of course, the guards are two they're concerned about. Bowen can make some threes, but not as prolific as Starks and Rivera.
Bats with the rebound. Cotton will push it hard again. Cotton slicing down the lane. Tried to leave it for DeRozier's. Picked up by Bats, and he'll just run right into the defender Lubin.
And that's an open jump shot because he's not shooting. Watch Cotton now in the trail position. They give it up and nobody gets on home on him. That's just good movement by him and understanding who's the guy that can ring the bell. Cotton with some nylon. Boy, he is a tough kid. Loves the game.
Moses Iagba will check back in for Georgetown as he replaces Nate Lubick. Starks will bring it up. Reggie Cameron is checked in as well. He's a freshman. Very good shooter.
And Hudson has it for Nick Marinella. Turns out some pretty darn good players.
Starks on the big hop, teardrop. Nice.
Tough. Got some game, that kid. They're hoping Cameron can light it up. Hasn't shot the ball as well as expected. Tough on young guys, you know, just feeling comfortable.
14-6. BC.
Back screen and down screen. Little flex look.
Cotton feeds.
Look.
Hitting inside. He just has it taken away. Iagba, two big hands on the basketball. Now tomorrow, Big East basketball presented by New York Life Insurance Company returns with a doubleheader beginning with the Ball taking on Butler, followed by Marquette battling Xavier. Coverage begins tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on FS1.
A little circle play on the bounds. Well handled by the Hoyas.
Cotton drawing a crowd, turns the corner. Fortune got his man in the air. Quick release, Cotton. And we'll head the other way.
Good luck. You just give him as many good looks as you can with this team.
Starks drive baseline. Rejected. DeRozier's hitting. Numbers for Providence. He's got Fortune hitting straight to the hole. Blocked from behind by Bowen. Bowen got back in a hurry.
But that's twice. Hinton should have given it up at half court. Let the other guys make the move. Give it up to Fortune. Let him go. You might get a give back. And right here, you are right. The hustle play just to cover. You don't give up on things. And Georgetown, over the years, certainly hasn't.
Now Smith Rivera checks back in for the Hoyas. He wears number 4 guarding Fortune right now. Georgetown playing his zone. Did John Thompson ever play his zone?
Oh, sure. Sure. He did a lot of things, the big fella. The full court pressure, they back up into his zone.
Harris air ball.
Good save.
Shot clock doesn't reset. Cotton straight away. Rims out.
Everybody expects him to make those. He didn't get clean a look on a daily basis.
Agba, started by DeRozan.
There's that pinch post, scissor, and step back. Now, this is the guy they have to get untracked. If they can get him some early offense, the layup, the ability to give it back, he really gets those legs organized, great foot speed. The kid loves to play. Got a lot of excitement in his game. Little juice.
Georgetown, 3 of 12 from the field, 4 turnovers here in the first half. Boys don't turn it over a lot, only 13 per game. Hopkins thought about it. Now go down the lane and count the basket. We got a great continuation. And we'll go to the line.
You've done a lot of NBAs. You would question that one, huh? They want to give him that open shot, and they just come out too far, too hard. A little kiss, count it, and an opportunity at the line. I guess that was played on the big board, or either that or I stood up by that reaction.
Mikhail Hopkins, Hyattsville, Maryland, very athletic. As he misses the free throw, 55% free throw shooter on the season. Georgetown back in the zone. Fortune. Wow, look at Hinton working hard inside and draws contact. He snatched it off the offensive glass between 2 defenders.
Yeah, that kid does a great job. 7 rebounds a game, very aggressive. He's his guy, is what Ed Cooley, how he describes him. He just does everything the right way, good qualities.
Dante Hinton averaging 13 a game and 7 rebounds.
You get excited when they're from Michigan, but let's take a look at the book. They need him to step up big time here. He's not Magic from Lansing, but push the offense more, get into it, and just the qualities of leadership are what impressed the coaching staff.
How'd you like Michigan State in that Ohio State game last night?
What a game. Goodness. Our producer Steve Shear had a case of the shakes in that one. Didn't go his way. He may not have shown tonight.
First loss of the season for Thad Matta's Buckeyes. Michigan State's got him in the Big Ten championship game in football, and now handing Ohio State their first loss in basketball.
Good coverage on that roll to the goal.
And Hopkins rattles down a mid-range J.
They're going to live with that. It's the other two, the guards, that can drill them with regularity. Back to the zone. That foul line is wide open. I would put a guard in. I'd even slide Cotton in there, Gus. Let him flash.
Where do you start him?
Well, that's the problem. He's got to do this kind of thing, penetrate, get a piece. He's got to do a lot of things.
7:29 to play first half. Friars trying to snap a 3-game skid. They're up by 6. And welcome back. 16-10, 7:29 to play in the first half. Providence on top of Georgetown. As you take a look at the game summary, Coach, break it down for us.
Yeah, Bryce Cotton really out of the gate a little bit, playing comfortably. But this has always been a great basketball game. We had John Thompson, a little footage of him in his younger days, I might add. And Joe Mulaney, Dave Gavin, of course, Rick Pitino, the great days, Rick Barnes. But the crowd, they're dying right now to get this back where it was. And they anticipated, and so did Ed Cooley and his staff, that they would be ready to go, but they still come out. Now, granted, it is Georgetown, an attraction in this town for many, many years. So they are right where they want to be in this particular game, in control, not coughing it up, not feeding, particularly against the press, the Hoyas.
And Smith Rivera picked up his second foul. He remains on the floor. Cotton gets the first one to go, and he's a dangerous man at the free throw line. Bryce Cotton shooting 89%. As a matter of fact, Providence is the #1 free throw shooting team in the country at 81%.
Thank you very much. Little jinxie there.
Happens every time. Lubick back in. Bingo. Starks. Here's Smith Rivera. Starks thought about it. Changing gears underneath. Kicks it out top of the key. Domingo.
Domingo came in. They expect him to be a shooter.
Fadeaway jump shot. Smith Rivera and good.
That's the strength of that kid. He is amazing. Other guys would have coughed it up. Would have been a turnover, a jump ball. not him. Bangs it home.
Now Georgetown getting after it on defense. Fortune, pump fake, dribble drive, turn around jump shot. No, loose ball. Harris kept it alive, can't get it. And the possession arrow favors the Hoyas.
Getting to the lane, such a vulnerable spot on the floor. Guards love to roam and dominate in here. You can just see him ripping it away. And this kid doesn't even hit the tin. All nylon. He is tough. Force him to put on the deck. He can beat you there. He can beat you with the three.
He has 5 of the top 30 scoring performances for John Thompson III. 2 games last week, he averaged 21, 7 rebounds.
What a screen to get Starks to look.
Starks really can't find his jump shot, but the Hoyas hustling on the offensive glass.
You just see Bowen really energized, not only with the deuce, but at the front of the press. Look at him recover.
Fortune to the bucket. Whoa!
Everything but.
Gets it back. Now bats from point-blank range.
Yeah, pretty good look, too.
Lubick the other way. 19-14. There's Bowen.
You can jam it up on some of the guys. That's the philosophy of Providence.
Starks looking to find his jumper.
And hook the guards.
Backdoor cut. Smith Rivera, ball fake, pivot, in traffic, got it away, but DeRozier's comes up with the rebound. Cotton. Harris, deep jumper.
In a hurry. A good look by Cotton, unselfish play.
Starks. Baseline. Ayagba, rebound, and he's fouled.
Pretty good hustle by the big guy, too. Where Starks has to put so much pressure on the bounce.
Moses Ayagba, senior from Nigeria. Very physical presence for this Hoya team. Blocks some shots, grabs some rebounds, played deep.
Starting to make free throws, too. Was struggling early in the year. 9 out of 14, up to 61%.
Harris checks out. But Dante Hinton back in for Providence.
So you're on that Providence bench, you got to stay loose. You're going to get an ad and a call. Not a whole lot of bodies there.
Hinton, baseline, muscled it up. Bats kept it alive. Ball trickles out. Bowen.
Starks was ahead of the pack.
Smith Rivera, beautiful no-look pass. Bowen not ready. The jump ball is the call. The arrow favoring the Friars.
A couple opportunities by Georgetown, unable to complete the deal in the fast break. Had the numbers. This reminds me of the big fella, Daddy. Full court pressure. Shelton on the ball. One of the bigs over the years. And Bowen with that wingspan.
You know who I miss? I miss seeing Miss Finland on the bench. She was
did.
always so natally tired.
Well, you know what she did, though? She made sure these kids did their schoolwork, got them through. And to John, you better get your degree or you're not going to last very long in the program.
Cotton, pick and roll with DeRozier's. Cotton takes a handoff. Starks harassing him. Bats 16-footer.
There you go. He's got to make that. And DeRozier can give him some good minutes here. It really helped the cause.
21-15 Providence. Smith Rivera 3. And pure.
Forget it. Don't go under. Listen to the scouting report. He's dangerous.
He's got some Vinnie Johnson in him. He can heat up quickly. Georgetown forces the turnover. Bowen, baseline jump shot. Lubick with the rebound. Smith Rivera straight away.
Say goodnight. Kid is unerring when given the opportunity. The pressure ignites this team. It's a different look, Georgetown. Get a little excitement in their game.
Smith Rivera with 8 points. Hitting, spinning. and he'll peel it back, and Cotton will start the offense.
And the Providence got to go over the top of this pressure, get some pressure release. Too many bodies in the backcourt. There's that open look again.
15 feet jump shot, and Bats fouled on the release. Looks like Hopkins got him. The faces of college basketball. You're watching the Big East on Fox Sports 1. All right, thank you very much. Our score, 21-21, and there's been great players, Coach, over the years that have played for Providence.
Some unbelievable. Of course, the great run in '72, Barnes and DeGregorio, Stakem. One of my favorites, Lenny Wilkins. Hall of Fame player and coach. There's some great tradition here, and
Donovan, too.
Georgetown's had some good ones, too, right?
A couple.
These two will be talked about as their career goes on, but they need more from Starks. A couple times he was free, didn't get it. All of a sudden, heating up, though. Devontae Smith, Rivera, getting them organized, and they're finding them on kickbacks or going under on screens. A no-no against him.
Georgetown on a 17-7 run to tie the game. Smith Rivera with 2 threes in the last couple of minutes. Now Kadeem Bats at the line. And some things you need to know about Kadeem.
How about that? I would say he should have said Gus Johnson myself. Now, do you know Boondocks?
No, what is that?
I don't know. That's a cartoon. Maybe your son's seen it.
I'm sure he has.
Jay, we'll have to check. And these pop culture things, I'm going right over your head to him.
That's what you're here for, Coach. You got to hit me to some of this stuff. Hopkins.
Nice little button hook, back screen, pop. Good work.
Rogers guarding Hopkins across the lane, jump hook, left hand, no.
And it was a Lubick or a silly one on Hopkins, either one.
17 foul against Georgetown, so Providence will shoot 1 and 1.
Well, bad one from your second foul, isn't it? For a big guy like Hopkins.
If you take a look at the numbers for Bats, he really got him going in the second half of the conference season last year, offensively. And Providence finishing 7-2 in the Big East. Now, a new season of the Ultimate Fighter is coming to Fox Sports 1 this month as fighters from Australia and Canada go head-to-head with national pride and a UFC contract on the line. The Ultimate Fighter Nations, Australia versus Canada, premieres January 15th only on Fox Sports 1. 10 points for Bats. Providence with a 4-point lead. Smith Rivera, fadeaway, 18-foot jump shot is good.
I tell you, he's got a great offensive mind. Just enough of a ball fake when Lubick slipped, and 10 already early by a talented backcourt guy.
Fortune to the basket, hands it off to Rogers. Nice catch for a big man as Fortune sent it to his feet.
He wanted a lob. It's good fortune that he was able to control it. Get to the free throw line.
So Carson DeRozers, 7-foot junior, New Hampshire. Third foul called on Smith Rivera, so he has to sit. DeRozers, a 65% free throw shooter, and he'll miss the front end. Starks, only 2 points. He averages 16. Guarded by Cotton. Crossed him over. Spins. Leans. In and out. And a foul.
I think Moses with the... This would have been a good zone trip for Providence, don't you think?
Yes.
Not really a lot of scoring on there other than Starks from the deep spot, but the little giveaway by the big fella.
DeRozier's back to the free throw line, shooting 1 and 1.
It's a missed opportunity. 4 points you're throwing away. Front end of both. Little zone look. Not a bad move. You got to do your homework now. Who can make them? Ringo struggled, but known as a shooter. And of course, Starks, and I don't know who they give this to, Ayegba or Starks? Starks.
And that's his first.
A little run down and trying to pin one of the bigs, and just really no reason. So obvious. Not typical of him.
Full court pressure. Hinton handling the ball in space. Fortune, the lob. DeRozier's can't catch it this time.
Maybe throw it at the feet. He wanted it up there. And Cooley's not going. Well, you told me to throw it up to you. DeRozier unable to seal that deal. Lucky to get it back, Gus.
Cut. Georgetown staying in the zone. Hinton for three. DeRozier's got a hand on it. Can he trap it? No. Bats is there, and he's hacked.
You're right. DeRozier kept it alive, and Bat's fortunate to be in that right spot. All because the big fella did his job.
So the foul called on Bowen. That's his first. That's 5 for 5 from the free throw line. And Lee Goldsboro checks in for Providence. DeRozier's take a seat for the final 138.
Yeah, they were struggling a little bit from the free throw line. Leading the nation coming in, as you noted. A little 2-3 again.
Providence 9 of 15 from the line here in the first half.
Starts with some cross screens for the lob. Pretty well designed play.
Fortune kicks it out.
Oh, he got Cotton.
Cotton. Fortune deep.
The other way.
Providence just can't hit a timely shot from the perimeter.
No, and it was funny. Cotton was ready. Goldsboro hustling. He had the best luck of all. And Fortune known for that catch and shoot ability, unable to knock it down.
Hinton called for a second foul. 17 fouls on Providence, so Georgetown shooting 1 and 1.
Here we go, 2 for 2 coming in.
And he'll miss the front end. Goldsboro on the deck, and he's tied up. Georgetown will get it once again.
Hinton going out. Same with that 2 coming down the stretch. Bancroft in. Right now, Cooley's doing a good magic.
He's trying.
He is trying everything.
Starks force one up. Can't get the roll. Ball tapped. Batted. Who wants it? Bancroft right off the bench. Gets a rebound.
They should do a little 2 for 1. They want to slow it down, but I go for 2 for 1. What do you think?
And maybe that's what Ed Cooley is thinking of.
Yeah.
He calls a timeout. 45 seconds remaining in the first half. Providence up by 3.
Hey, give it back. Come back when you have a team. Okay.
Thank you.
Touch or tackle?
Gather your team, the 7-passenger Santa Fe.
Time for our AT&T Impossible Feat. In just 3 seasons at LSU, before the three-point line was introduced, Pete Maravich set an NCAA record by averaging 44.2 points per game for his career. In addition, the Pistols' 3,667 points are the most in NCAA Division I history. Did you ever see him play?
I did. He was excited.
In college?
Yeah, he played in the Garden in the NIT. Against Georgetown, as a matter of fact.
How many did he have? Do you remember?
I don't remember the number. I remember the number I had.
How many did you have?
Oh, goodness. No, they get the ball back. Possession arrow. Boy, you got to be alert. You were mentioning the timeout. They've had some good shots, unable to convert.
On their home floor. Just unable to knock down perimeter jump shots. 13 on the shot clock. Here's Fortune. Wants to go run up one-on-one.
He's Cotton outside. They match up on him. Gotta go.
Cotton rather has his shot blocked. Lubick picks it up. And a timeout call by Georgetown.
Not a good trip for Providence, but excellent defensive recognition by Georgetown. Don't let Cotton roam free. Not a whole lot of weapons. You can concentrate on a few.
Now tomorrow, Fox College Hoops returns as Cal looks to upset 17th ranked Oregon. Coverage begins at 11 p.m. Eastern right here on Fox Sports 1. You just saw the Ducks against Colorado the other day.
I'll tell you what, that was a great game. They're an outstanding team. Tough place to win at Colorado. They had outstanding performers. Askia Booker was great. Spencer Dinwiddie coming up big. But they got some guards you would love at Oregon. They can break. You can't keep them from getting in the lane and being creative. Dotson, Young, so many good ones. Lloyd. And early on, right, in Korea, Georgetown lost to them.
That's right, 82-75. Game clock at 14.9 seconds. Here's Starks.
Nice job trapping. Just Cheney loses it.
Picked up. Fortune tries to bat it ahead. Bowen recovers. They're looking for Hopkins, and he can't hold on. This game looking more like a CYO 8th grade ball game.
Sloppy play. Well, pressing will do that, but some of it, it's really not forced. It's not concentrated.
4 seconds on the clock. Cotton will serve as the inbounder.
See, against this press, because I think you've got to hit somebody, turn, and go.
Cotton's got time. Inside. Fortune, and he beat the clock.
Wow. I don't know, but they're going to review it. That was awfully close. I thought the fumble may have cost them. We'll take a look. That's the way they should be attacking this press all the time. Pity Patton in the backcourt. You've got to be aggressive and attack it.
Let's take a look at it. Did he get it off in time is the question.
Watch the lights.
Looks like he did.
Yeah, it does. Huh. And very fortunate catching the ball. Pretty important ingredient in this game. This must be close to 3 officials are looking at it.
It's out of his hand.
It's out of his hand, yep. James Breeding had it out by us. He was right on top of it. Yep. Yep, I think it's out. Yeah, they're going to score it.
And the basket counts. Georgetown shoots 37% from the field in the first half. Providence 33%. Hoyas never led. Friars headed to the locker room with a 28-23 lead.